How do you? Oh, contrast. Yeah.
I guess what
Oh.
we could do is we could just do that thing where everybody says one word for the opening. Just hello.
It's great because that didn't peak the audio recording.
Are you?
No, Zach. God, why are you guys so bad at this? Hello.
Hi.
Oh my
Guten
god.
Tag.
We go through people and we say, "Oh, it's my turn." Hi and welcome to the FizzyPop podcast.
Are we recording?
Hi and welcome to the
my
Always
FizzyPop
have been.
podcast.
All right, who wants to do it?
I thought we were doing it.
Oh my
Have we
god.
started yet, Ethan?
I mean, I've been rolling for a minute.
Should that just be the start?
Let's talk about Richard Nixon and the Watergate
We're
scandal.
not talking about Watergate.
Now there goes the entire intro. Can't use it.
Just cut that bit. Cut the water bit.
No, keep that in and then just transition it into the can opening and then us actually talking about the first stuff.
All right, well, let's start talking about the first topic then.
Okay, first topic. Battlefield 2042. Good.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Before we start talking, no, it's important. So, if there's a Watergate, that would imply that there's a fire, earth, and wind gate.
Ian, shut up.
All right, we're rolling the intro again. Just 2 intros, 1 podcast.
No.
All right, let's go. All right, let's.
No.
No. We'll figure it out in post. We'll fix it in post.
Oh my gosh.
Topic 1, Battlefield. What'd you guys think about the beta?
I mean, it was aight. It wasn't the greatest. I feel like it could use a lot of work.
It was a beta.
Definitely
It was
a beta.
a heavy beta.
Elaborate on that, Ewan.
It doesn't feel quite polished enough to be called like a AAA title with like a name as big as Battlefield 2042. Like if it was just an indie game, or well, not really indie game, but like just a new up and coming studio, and it was all right, like I'd be happy to see how it improves with time. But I thought it'd be a lot better from the start. I think they can fix it. I think it's possible. And even if it was a smaller studio, I would cut some slack. But yeah.
Personally, the biggest issue for me was just the desync and the desync on vehicles and stuff. It was impossible to do anything with the vehicles.
It was.
Oh, they were so
Yeah,
bad.
it was bad. So the user score on Metacritic for 2042 is 2.3.
Oh, dang.
With 3,400 reviews. And the critic scores was a 73. But when you go and look at Steam, it has more than 33,000 negative reviews.
Compared to how many positives?
I didn't look at that. Yeah, of the 44,000, about 33,000 are negative.
Wow. That's interesting. Battlefield 5 user score on Metacritic is 2.5, but the Metascore is the exact same at 73.
That's so weird. So people like Battlefield 5 more than 2042.
I guess. It could just be the terrible state the beta launched in.
From a critic standpoint. But even stuff that was in the beta is still in the base game, like some of the glitches and like the desync.
Well, that's kind of what they get for releasing a beta, 4 weeks before the full product?
They were really
I guess, yeah. But there was apparently a bug, I think, on the Tokyo map where you could get one of the hovercraft things.
And go up the sky, yeah.
Yeah, you could vertically drive it up the skyscraper.
Yo.
I personally think that should stay in. I love it.
I mean,
yeah, I've seen that one.
It's funny, but at the same time, this is a full game that people were paying like $70 for. And now people want their money back.
Understandably.
I mean, if I
Fun with it.
pre-ordered something and it came out in that shape, I would definitely want my money back too. Because the amount of desync, the amount of stuff glitching, teleporting everywhere, it didn't seem very optimized when I played it. It's just, it wasn't in great shape. I thought after Battlefield 5, they would have learned how to give a good release.
I mean, we played it for a very large amount of time as well.
Don't get me wrong, it was fun. It was
Oh,
fun.
it was
There were
great.
a lot of great moments and stuff, but the bugs definitely did hamper that experience and made it so that some stuff that I wanted to do couldn't happen.
Yeah, heavily. Like, you could have just done most of that stuff in one of the other polished Battlefield games at that
Like
point.
4, for instance. Battlefield 2042 is just 4, but modern. Like,
If
set
modern-
more in the future.
I was about to say, if modern means more bugs, I don't want modern.
No more modern,
They
please.
tried to appeal to what people want, where they want futuristic shooters, and they tried it, and they severely failed.
Yeah, because after we played Battlefield 2042, the open beta, we pretty much instantly bought Battlefield 4 and didn't put it down for a couple of days.
And I tried to play it, but my computer just killed itself.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I hate you, NVIDIA. Fix your graphics cards. I've been sitting here for over a month and a half, not being able to play PC games except for Among Us because of you. That's my rant.
Short rant.
It's a very short rant.
Like, watching the trailer for 2042, you came in expecting
Awesome.
something amazing. You expected something on the level of, like, Battlefield 1. And you got the level of Battlefield 5.
That's funny because I was gonna bring up, like, it's the same thing with Battlefield 1. The Battlefield 1 trailer got me unbelievably hyped just for like a very little amount of content when the game first dropped.
Yeah.
But Battlefield 2042, it's a ton of hype, and then it just doesn't work.
And, like, the better thing about Battlefield 1 was there wasn't really many glitches. And if there
Yes.
was, people had fun with it. 2042, it's like actual game-breaking things. Like driving
And
up
the
the side of a
destruction?
skyscraper.
The destruction is garbage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it
It
me or
needs to
did it
be-
get toned down from 5?
5, you could just roll a tank through a building and it would come crumbling down. 2042, it didn't feel like you could almost do any destruction at all.
No, it was like 2 buildings, and they got destroyed so fast there was no point in even like.
Like, it
building
would get destroyed in the first fight as soon as the game started, and it'd be like that for the rest of the game.
Which was absolutely annoying.
And then you'd have to sit there with holes in the walls and enemies coming from anywhere just shooting you. Which would be fine if there was more buildings, but it was just 2 buildings on one point. And I think the beta was even worse because it was only one map. Normally betas you have multiple maps, but this was just the single map.
Yeah,
So
and
people went through having fun with it and like finding everything out about it so quickly.
I liked the map though.
yeah, it's very
Oh, I
stunning.
liked it. It's just after like 3 matches, the map got kind of boring.
I mean, essentially, it wasn't done yet.
No, it wasn't beta ready.
It should have been
It's-
delayed.
Now it's probably like beta ready, but not release ready.
Yeah.
But they probably had to meet that deadline for the end of the year.
That's true. And I think one thing is they said that you'd experience the weather and stuff all the time, but I think we only experienced the tornado once.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
one tornado. It rained a couple of times, but it didn't affect like literally anything.
No.
And the tornado was crazy, but the
The
rain
tornado was cool,
boring.
but when they talked about it, they made it seem
Yeah.
like it was going to affect gameplay in this big way, when in reality, I don't think anybody almost ever saw the tornadoes unless they were playing 24/7. And then in our match, whenever we saw the tornado, everybody freaked out and just played at the tornado. Nobody went to the objectives. Like
Yeah.
nobody played the game. They just flew around the tornado for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, tornado, and then just gave up on the rest of the game.
Which I
They
think
were very easily distracted.
it was fine to add weather, but you can't make the weather take away from the actual game like they did.
I think if the tornadoes came more regularly, there would probably wouldn't affect the game as much.
Right.
But we played how many matches? Like double digits at least, right?
Yeah, we
And
played
yeah.
a couple hours.
yeah,
Check your Steam time on the game.
So probably 10, 20-ish matches around there.
Yeah, I think we were close to 20. I think it was like 18 or something
And
like
we
that.
experienced one tornado. That's a really bad ratio. 1 in 18.
Yeah, I mean,
For one map.
Right.
yeah, one map. And it's the
I
fact that we had
played
to
for
play that map
3.6 hours.
18 times. And that game already was Battlefield 24/2, I think, was on sale a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah, they were having a sale on the deluxe edition, so you could get it before it fully released. They were like, "Here, nobody's buying it, so we're gonna give it a discount already."
I wonder why.
Actually, I'd get it if it was on sale for how much was it on sale for?
I think it was like $5 off.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't buy it for that much.
What, the Ultimate Edition?
Yeah.
So that would be $105 still.
Oh
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wouldn't spend that
yeah.
much.
So I'm looking back at Steam, and I'm looking at the reviews. Mostly negative on 42,000. 27% of the 42,000 reviews are positive.
I think that they'll fix it.
I believe that they will. They're not. It's DICE. They're not just gonna drop it and move on to the next thing. They're gonna fix it to a playable state, like they did. They did a bunch of stuff for Battlefield 5. And the biggest one, Battlefront 2. Yeah, Battlefront 2 started out awful, and then look where that game is now. It's a fantastic Star Wars experience. They're probably going to do that.
Battlefield,
They better.
Battlefront 2 was like so bad it inspired an entire like movement in gaming, and now it is like legitimately a great game.
EA just has so many problems with games. Because I found out recently that one reason why, and like racing games or any games that had cars in them, they couldn't get Porsches in the game without paying EA, because EA got a specific licensing with the owners of Porsche that they were the only gaming company that was allowed to have the rights to have their cars in their game. And if you wanted a Porsche in your game, you had to pay EA to get the licensing and then put it in your game. And most of them would put it as DLC to actually be able to get the money back that they paid EA for the licensing.
Dang.
Another
EA.
reason why EA is the worst publishing studio.
We should have an entire episode dedicated to just bashing EA.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long episode.
It'll be multi-day.
And
But
I think, yeah, one game that did really good on its beta launch, Halo Infinite.
Glad you picked that up. Yeah, I've had a ton of fun with the Halo Infinite multiplayer beta.
At first, I didn't know what to think. Like, it felt slow. I mean, it still feels slow to me. Like, it feels slower than the whole Halo game, but it's still fun.
It feels refreshing because it has been okay. Shooters these days, kill time is crazy quick. Like Call of Duty and all that, gunfights
God,
are over in
Vanguard.
seconds. And Halo felt refreshing because it wasn't like if you could run away, like you could feasibly run away from a fight if you were gonna lose, and then come back and win it.
If you could get away in enough time to recharge your shield in Halo, you could survive a fight and running away. But I feel like one thing, after a couple days of playing, people have really gotten used to the spread of that base assault rifle. So now people can kill you a lot faster than when the game first came out. Like, there was that learning period for everybody, and now that they know it, they're like, okay, I can like dump half a round of the AR, switch to the pistol, 2-tap you, and then keep going.
Melee you.
Oh my god, the melee.
Like a one-shot most of the time. Like, if you dink them once with a stray round from your pistol, bam, whack them, they're down.
I was like a little bit down. I had an overshield, and I was a little bit down on it. And someone came up and just punched me in the face and one-shot me.
Apparently, melees from behind
Or one-shot.
they're one-shots.
Yeah, but that's normal Halo stuff.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's only that way because they haven't introduced assassinations yet.
Right.
I feel like they should do assassinations and not
I mean, they're
melee
introducing
from
them
behind.
more.
I think one thing I'm kind of proud of them for, though, is keeping the beta out until the full game releases.
And having it for free.
Oh, keeping the multiplayer free? Good idea. Because nobody wants to spend another $60 on a Halo game like they did with 5 Guardians, and then the game just die in a couple days. Not a couple days, but like a couple months. It's like Guardians wasn't bad, but there was definitely better Halo games to be playing.
From
It
what
felt
I've
more like Call of Duty than Halo. I think that was the
Yeah.
biggest problem with Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, it was a great shooter and it had great mechanics and all that stuff, but it wasn't a Halo game.
No.
I think the choice of not making you play, or not letting you play Master Chief for the majority of the game was a mistake.
That was another thing I didn't like about Guardians, was just the campaign. It didn't feel fun, necessarily. Like, it was enjoyable, but compared to other Halo campaigns, it just didn't feel like I had as much fun and enjoyed it as much.
Like, when you're playing Halo campaigns, you're stressing, but you're having fun, and it's like you pull off a badass moment, and you're like, "Yo, that was sick." Hey, Halo, Call of Duty too, but they have enough like set pieces for it to not feel, and it changes so much, and it doesn't feel stale. And their whole thing is their multiplayer, not their campaigns. But
Right.
it was like in Guardians, it was like, oh, I killed a guy in like 2 seconds. Wow. And in Halo, like 3 or 1 through Reach, you're like, yo, hop into Warhawk, yo, and then run into someone, yo, and you got to make those noises every time.
And Ethan and I had a fun experience with the cars and like the Warthog and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think there was a time when you were in the middle of a firefight with 2 other guys, and I just come around the corner in a Warthog, honk the horn, and just run over a guy and keep driving.
Yeah, Halo Infinite Sandbox is fantastic. The skewer weapon, so fun.
Oh my lord. Okay. I picked that up for the first time. And I just like, you know what? Let's see how this goes. Across the map. Like the entire length of the map. No scope headshot this guy. Insta-kill. And I was like, okay, this thing's kinda good. And then I do it again. The same guy. Right after he respawns. I did that about 3 times. Because it only has like 3 shots. But it still felt super strong, but it was fun to use because if you missed, you had to go through a decently long reload.
And also, it's not super common.
No. I think that's one thing I was interested by, is like all these weapons are pickups, but it feels like you're finding duplicates of the weapons. The pickup, it seems like it's based on the map.
I think it is.
Because there was that one map I just kept finding the laser thing, and that's it. Like I could never find any weapon
The
other
Spartan
than
laser?
that. I don't know what the gun is called. I'll have to look at it again. I'll look it up right now. You guys keep going.
But yeah, something about the vehicles. I feel like the vehicles are pretty well balanced in this game, because I've seen people dominate in Warthogs, but also if you don't know how to use it correctly and to its strengths, you're just going to get shredded and you're not going to be able to do anything with the Warthog. Same with whatever the alien fly thing is.
A Banshee?
Yeah, the Banshee.
Ghost. Ghost is the ground one, the Banshee is the flying one.
Because, yeah, I've seen some people dominate entire matches just using the Banshee. And I get in the Banshee, and I start flying around, and then I do something wrong, and it blows up without me getting a single kill in the Banshee. Same thing with the Warthog. Like, the Warthog's gun feels a bit weird in this game, though. It feels less like a Gatling gun and more like a fast-firing semi-auto sniper.
A machine gun?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a Burt. It feels more like a bit more of a control thing. Yeah. Like it's kind of hard to kill players with because of how slowly it fires compared to what it has in other games.
Oh, and I tried out the sniper, and it seems like every gun that you can like kind of scope in, like fully scoped, every time that you take damage or like get shot at, it takes you out of the scope. Like it unscopes you.
That's in all Halos.
Like I know it's in Halos, but just coming back to that after not playing a Halo for a while, I'm like, ooh, that's gonna annoy me real fast. Because like trying to get a shot off while scoped in with something like the skewer, it's a little painful, but like it's not a terrible feeling. It's just not the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the hip fire is so tight.
Yeah.
If you're getting shot at, you're most likely in close range. You can.
Yeah. Another fun gun was the Mangler. It's like the 8-shot kind of like pistol, I guess, but it looks like a grenade launcher
With the knife
like
on it?
No. It's the slug from it's like a slug shotgun pistol hand cannon thing. I mean, it was strong, but it fired so slowly. Because if you got in close quarters with somebody, you were most likely dead.
What was that one gun called? Oh, the Spanker. The Spanker. That gun's a lot of fun. The rocket launcher.
Oh, yeah.
You get a shot on someone with that, they are dead.
I mean, the game feels good. It doesn't feel like 2042 did. Like, it's a genuinely good beta. They were prepared. Unlike DICE was.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, it's shaping up to be a great game, and honestly, I think it should go for an award this year.
The Game Awards?
Yeah, the Game Awards.
The Game Awards? Okay, so you and I...
The Last of Us Part 2, baby!
Oh, God.
Return of the King!
Last year's Game Awards was awful. I don't know if you guys, like, watched it, but I sat in the VC with people last year, and we watched it. But looking at it this year, and then looking at the stuff from last year, it feels like a whole... Like, I know it's a whole different year, but it just feels like a
whole different year.
A whole different group of style of games, basically. It's like last year, it was basically dominated by The Last of Us Part 2. If I look here, I'm on their website. If the winners of last year, Game of the Year, Last of Us Part 2, Best Narrative, Last of Us Part 2, Best Game Direction, Last of Us Part 2, Best Audio Design, Last of Us Part 2, Best Performance, Laura Bailey, Last of Us Part 2. Innovation and Accessibility, Last of Us Part 2. Best Action Adventure was Last of Us Part 2. They won all but one category they were nominated for. And one of them they were nominated twice. I'm still mad that Doom Eternal lost to the Final Fantasy VII Remake for Best Soundtrack.
Really? Really?
Yeah. A remake of Final Fantasy beat out Doom Eternal for Best Soundtrack.
And people didn't even like the remake!
Best ongoing game was No Man's Sky.
I think I
Okay,
could give that to them.
I'm not mad about that.
They've been doing a lot.
Oh, and this year, the nominee for what was it? Best Sim/Strategy, I think. One of them's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Last year, Microsoft Flight Simulator won Best Sim and Strategy. How is it getting nominated 2 years in a row?
Have you seen those clouds?
I don't care what the clouds look like.
The clouds are gorgeous.
They look like clouds.
They look like real-life clouds.
Have you seen real life clouds, Andrew? Have you?
Yes, I have.
And they're
I
nice.
go outside more than you.
No, you don't.
Here,
You
I'll
don't.
send a
You're not.
picture of the clouds in the chat.
That will.
I just want you to see how beautiful they are. Look at
I don't
those.
think you're realizing how beautiful these are.
I know they look good, but like,
But
how
are-
is it getting nominated 2 years in a row?
But are they as good as The Last of Us Part 2's clouds?
Ooh, that's a good point.
That game, I'll say this, it wasn't bad. It just was perceived poorly. And it was received really poorly from the community.
It was a very controversial game.
It was a very controversial game, but it wasn't bad.
I mean, from a gameplay perspective, graphics as well, it's a very good-looking game, and they nailed the mechanics and everything. The rope physics in the game, stellar.
Like, the gameplay was great. The way that it looked, great. Now, the story, on the other hand,
that had some issues with it.
Spoiler alert, this game has been out since, what, 2019?
2019-ish?
I haven't played it yet.
2020. But, spoiler alert, Joel dies.
Joel gets fucked. He gets
what?
headshot.
Like, within the first, 20 minutes?
Yeah, first
Am I allowed to
20
say
minutes
that?
of the game. Fan favorite character. And everyone's like, bro, he's on the cover and all this promotional stuff, and he's in the trailer. Are we gonna get more Joel? 20 minutes into the game, he gets capped.
Gets beat to death for golf club.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't hold back with his death.
I mean, you
And
gotta
people
give it
got
to him, though.
So mad.
You gotta give it to them. They weren't afraid to just kill off a character.
That's true.
A lot of games are afraid to kill off characters, and it makes there's like no stakes. You're like, oh, no one is going to die.
Everything will be fine.
And I was looking at like some of the things this year, like some of these games I had never heard. Like, It Takes Two is being nominated for Game of the Year. Oh, well, I just found out who the winner of Game of the Year is.
Resident Evil.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's what I voted for.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank, epic.
I've never played a Ratchet and Clank
it was
game.
a really good game. I like the Ratchet and Clank series.
I want to play it, but I don't have the PS5.
Metroid Dread was a nominee for Game of the Year. Nobody really talked about it.
I didn't even know a new Metroid game came out.
It came out a little
Now,
bit, like a month ago. It was good.
I was torn when I went through Best Sports and Racing Game because Horizon 5 is on there, but so is F1 2021. I have both games.
Any
I
game
love
with
both games.
any game with a year in its name, past
Automatically
2000 is
garbage.
probably not good.
Yeah.
F1 2021 is pretty good. I think, yeah, Ethan and Zach, you guys both played it when you were over here. You guys tried it.
It was
I wouldn't say we
okay.
drove, but we attempted.
I said you tried it.
Yeah.
It was. I would just prefer Horizon.
Yeah. I mean, you're not kind of like the sim racing kind of person. You're more
No.
arcadey. I like sim racing.
Yeah.
I think
And
we're
I
all
was-
sleeping on Hot Wheels.
We all sleeping on Hot Wheels Unleashed. I don't know what this game is. Now, Riders Republic, I have seen, and it looks really good.
Like steep, but like
Steep, but online multiplayer, and a lot more to do.
Steep was online multiplayer.
But this has like all the races and stuff against everybody. It's like a server-wide race.
Yeah, that's what Steep was.
Well, Steep was mainly go for these tricks with it's basically like a Forza Horizon danger sign was the whole entirety of Steep in my opinion. Like I have Steep, it's not bad. But
They're not bad.
I looked at the Hot Wheels Unleashed game. I don't think this is going to beat Horizon 5. The game looks good, but Horizon 5 so far it's only been out for 3 weeks. It's amazing.
It's a phenomenal
and not only
experience.
is it up for best sports and racing, but it's also up for innovation and accessibility, which I doubt it's going to win. But it's there. I mean, it's against the likes of Far Cry 6, the Ratchet and Clank game, this Veil game that I've never heard of, and then Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which there's no way that it's winning.
It's good, but it's probably not going to win.
Marvel's
Deathloop on Game of the Year?
Deathloop, yeah, was on Game of the Year. It was also on Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score and Music, Best Audio Design, Best Performance for 2 people. I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, Best Action Game. And yeah, that looks like it's all it was nominated for.
I don't think you should buy a Deathloop at full price. That being said, for most of the categories, I picked Deathloop.
Yeah, you've played Deathloop though. We haven't.
It's fun, but it's not worth $60.
Most of the games on here, like Back for Blood, that's not worth $60.
I think Back for Blood would be a solid $30 game.
Oh yeah. Now, Horizon 5, that's worth $60.
Maybe.
I don't think it gets as much credit as it probably should.
Well, granted, like racing games are kind of niche.
Yeah. Horizon 5 also got nominated for Best Audio Design, which I think it should win because they did so much to change the way that they recorded audio for this to make everything sound better, but also more realistic. They also made a bunch of changes that upgrades change the way your engine sounds, including changing your transmission, as like the amount of gears it has. They've just fixed a lot with Horizon 5 compared to Horizon 4. I played a lot of Horizon. I prestiged, I think, almost 3 times. I have over 100 something hours in that game. And Horizon 5 already, I think I have like 26. So I'm probably gonna beat the amount of time for in like the next 3 months.
I didn't play Horizon 4 much, but I've watched a good bit of Horizon 4 content. But the sense of speed in Horizon 5, it seems a whole lot better.
So much. You feel
It's
so much faster.
you also feel like you're so much more in control because it doesn't feel as slidey. Horizon
No,
4, it felt like whenever you tried to brake
you would just
and you were
go
going
into
around a
the bush.
corner, you'd slide. You'd just drift the whole corner. But in 5, you brake now, you can take out the back end of the car a little bit, drift around the corner, and regain control pretty easily.
The drifting's really fun.
Oh, it is. And their new tire smoke is based off of tire compound, heat of the tires, and how long you've been drifting. So you can go from like no smoke to a full cloud in about 5 seconds, maybe, if you're on a drift tire compound.
It went all out, huh?
They made sure that this was going to be a good game. And I think they did that.
So far, it looks like they've just one-upped Forza Horizon 5 Forza Horizon 4 in every way with the new release. Although I will say, some of the cars, bit busted.
The Sesto,
The Sesto FE.
it's always going to be that good, though. Like, until they add a new car, like, through the festival playlists, it's always going to be that good. Because, like, usually every week, it's going to be a new car, and sometimes the new car will be really good. Like in Horizon 4, they released the Ferrari 599 XX Evo. That car could reach, I think it was almost 400 miles an hour down the highway with a good tune. That was another big thing about Horizon 4 is you could sit there, throw rally suspension on the car, make it soft, and you could clip your car into the ground so it picks up more speed.
Yeah, they seem to have fixed that in 5.
The collision physics
Quite a
also
bit better.
extremely increased. They basically took Horizon 4 and made it better. Except for the servers. Your servers still suck. Please fix them.
But the map is gorgeous.
It's so good. And the weather is just completely based on where you are in the map as well.
I haven't seen the sandstorm in a
Sandstorm?
while, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen the sandstorm in a while, but maybe that's because the current season we're in. I think we're in the wet season.
Oh, yeah, that's
So the
true.
sandstorm's not going to come as much.
Good point.
But if you're on the coastal side, like towards the beach, you'll get some really heavy winds. Is what I've been realizing. Like really heavy rain, like the palm trees will almost bend 90 degrees. It looks good.
I haven't
Plays
been on the
good,
coast
too.
much. Even though that's where my house is, I generally am not at the coast. I'm generally in the middle-ish area.
Yeah.
I think from an objective standpoint, Forza Horizon 5 was one of the best games this year, if not the best.
I would
think
say so.
It should have gotten a nominee for Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Just based off of the sheer quality everything is.
But I think it was released too late to get a nominee for Game of the Year. I think Game of the Year you had to be released within a certain time frame. And I could be completely wrong on that, but that's what I think is the way they do it. Because I knew they said Cyberpunk 2077 couldn't be a nominee last year for Game of the Year because it was released too late.
Like it would have even been.
And
like
it
would have
still
won.
isn't. I mean, I don't think it has a nomination until Best RPG. Yeah, and it's the only nomination is Best RPG. Which it's definitely gonna win because all these other ones I haven't heard of besides Monster Hunter Rise, and it's basically just a remaster of Monster Hunter World, but bigger.
Still probably better than Cyberpunk.
Like Cyberpunk, don't get me wrong, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
I think most of the problem stems from the promises they made and the people they promised that to, which was their biggest audience, were let down.
Yeah. They had some big promises to fill, and they definitely didn't fill them.
It was kind of like a No Man's Sky syndrome type of deal.
I mean, and
Yeah.
also was broken. It definitely was broken.
Oh, 100% is broken. You know what I think is stupid about this Game Awards, though?
Everything.
They put Dream and Content Creator of the Year voting.
Get out of here.
Didn't he have like a whole scandal that he
The cheating scandal?
Yeah, that he admitted to.
Yeah, where he cheated in every single one of his speedruns?
It's like, you still gonna make him content creator? I mean, I guess he made the Dream SMP and was probably the most notable this year, but like, is that really who you want to represent?
Honestly, I mean, this might be a little bit biased, but I think I would have put Ludwig up for Content Creator of the Year.
Didn't he become the most, like, whatever sub 2 or followed?
The most sub to, most followed, and most watched person on Twitch in like a month. Because he did a month-long subathon where he streamed every day for 31 days.
Yo,
That's some
didn't
dedication.
He didn't stop his stream once. He thought he was going to maybe go 4 days with the subathon, but everybody kept donating. Within like the first hour of the stream, he was up to 7 more hours to go.
Oh no.
But after the first day, he had like 60 hours left of the stream. And it got to a point where he's like, I have to cap it at 30 days because I cannot stream for infinite amount of time.
Definitely, he should have been on the list.
He slept on stream. He did his entire life on stream for a whole month.
Did he go to the bathroom on stream? Hold
Can I say that?
Okay.
Did I demonetize the video? You're probably gonna have to bleep that out.
Oh my god.
See, I
I
told
did an
you this
editor's
was
cut
gonna
of just me.
He ended up during this whole 30 days. It was right after he had a surgery because he found out he had appendicitis.
A little different, honestly.
Oh. Well,
And he
I mean,
gets beat out by Dream.
yeah, that kind
Yeah, I
of
don't-
seems unfair.
Yeah, no, get out of here, Dream. No one likes you.
Watch stream. I know who Ludwig is, and I don't even watch streams most of the time.
Yeah. And you know what makes me even more mad about Dream? The fact that he rigs the Minecraft mob votes. People need to choose for themselves, not follow this content creator.
And it's all 13-year-olds who think they're dream sexual. Can I say that? I don't care.
I think that's fun.
Yeah, you're not
He's
wrong.
not wrong. I mean, sure. The alley or whatever is cool. Like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, it's useful. After looking through more of what it can do, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can be fine with this. But at the same time, Copper Golem.
He was built different, boys. He was built different. Literally.
But like, a push button.
It's
Is that
but
what this
it's-
whole outrage is about? It just push button.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, but
it's
he's-
a friend.
Okay, yeah, but so is the elect.
No. The LA is
What is delay then?
I don't know if I can say that on here.
Probably not.
Yeah. If I have to question it, then it's probably.
I'll say this:
safe
I
to
don't
say.
have a problem with DLA winning. I think I would have been fine with either, but it's the fact that people didn't really vote for themselves. They did what Dream said to do.
That does seem kind of dumb, but I mean, I don't think there's anything to stop that. There's no security measure you could put in to where that wouldn't happen. Big influencers and creators are always going to have a lot of sway in what happens in a game.
Yeah.
I mostly
Indie
just
and
hate
modding
Dream.
games.
And he came out and he said, with the content creator of the year for the Game Awards, he said, here's what my picks would have been: Ludwig, XQC, Valkyrie, Mizkif, and then Rambo or Tommy in it, and no particular order. I don't think he really wanted to be. It doesn't seem like he wanted to be put in the spotlight for content creator of the year. It seems like he knows that there were other people that probably should have been nominated.
At least
I
that's
didn't really
respectable.
think about it, but Tommy Idnit probably would have been a good choice too.
He would have. But XQC, he's been on the top for a while on Twitch.
Yeah,
I mean, Valkyrie won it last year. Mizkif has been on the come up. Same with Ludwig.
What about what's it called? Charlie, what's his name? Critical. Moist
Critical, yeah.
Moist Critical, yeah. I feel like there's just because there's 3 of these people on this content creator of the year that I have never heard of. Gref G, Ibai, and Gowls. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but those are the 3 that I've never heard of.
I haven't heard of Fuzzly either.
I've heard of Fuzly, but that's just because I follow the offline TV.
On the topic of content creator, I'm sure you being you like esports, right?
Yeah, I like esports.
What do you think about the best esports athlete or the best esports team or any of the esports stuff?
Okay,
Rain, baby.
Best esports athlete. I haven't heard of any of these, but if I were to nominate somebody up there, I would probably nominate an Overwatch League player. Best esports game, Call of Duty, not really an esports. Dota 2, how is it not dead? League of Legends, nobody cares. Valorant, everybody hates it. Counter-Strike somehow still lives.
Counter-Strike is still going strong.
Now, best esports team, I would probably replace the Dota 2 Team Spirit with an Overwatch team. But
Probably,
you can't because Overwatch isn't on best esports game. They only choose athletes from the esports title, the esports games, as well as teams and coaches.
You think they actually thought that, or they just didn't want to add Overwatch?
Oh no, I think they just did. I think they just chose these 5 were the best esports games, and then they went and they took the best player out of each league, or like out of each game, and then the best team out of each game, the best coach out of each game, and then took all of those and then said which one of these was the best esports event. But the one that doesn't make sense out of all of that was the PUBG Mobile Global Championship. Where does that come from for best esports event?
I didn't even know there was one.
Right? I didn't know PUBG Mobile had events.
I didn't know that PUBG Mobile was still popular.
I didn't think PUBG was still popular.
And clearly it's not because it's not on the best esports game. But I'm looking at the PUBG Mobile Championship, right? There was 16 teams. It was squads. but it was a prize pool of $4.5 million.
4.5?
More than literally any Nintendo prize pool
That's
combined.
more than the Nintendo Invitationals, yeah.
Stupid that Nintendo doesn't do stuff to
Would you
help their community.
kill Nintendo?
We can't kill Nintendo. They make Mario.
Wait, hold on. Frustration with
Switch.
Nintendo leads to record-breaking Splatoon 2 prize pool. What was it?
It wasn't even. I think it was like 1 million or something.
25K.
That was the
less than 1
record
million.
breaking.
Yeah, well, Nintendo hates their communities.
Well, they're not the only people that hate their communities. Overwatch, well, just Blizzard in general right now is not going through a good time. Everybody's asking for the CEO of Blizzard to step down and leave. They want him gone. I think they want most people that are involved with Blizzard right now. Because the board of Blizzard is still backing him. They still want him in charge.
Yeah, I just can't. With all the stuff that's been going on with Blizzard recently, stuff's not looking great for them.
No, it's not.
If they can pull off Overwatch 2 and then just use that momentum and make changes.
Well, I don't know if Blizzard is going to be around long enough to release Overwatch 2.
They
not doing too hot.
said Overwatch League starts in April of 2022. They said that it's going to be running on a version of Overwatch 2, right?
Which would mean it had to be built enough to like legitimately balance and have it to be called Overwatch 2. Because right now all we've seen is like Overwatch 2 semi-betas. Essentially, we've seen test builds, and that's it. The only reason they look better than like the original test builds for Overwatch 1 is because they have Overwatch 1 characters and the engine.
And now they said that expect it no sooner than the holidays of 2022.
That's such a long way away.
So, esports is getting Overwatch 2 in April. We're not going to get Overwatch 2 until like over a year from now.
Really weird.
Well,
I feel like they should just run Overwatch 1 next year or next season and then make like a big deal about this is the last Overwatch 1 season.
Well, that's what they were doing with these past playoffs is they were like, this is going to be the last time that we see Overwatch 1 played competitively.
But like even bigger. Because I kind of forgot about Overwatch League for a while.
I think I was kind of like the only person of the four of us that really cared. But that's because I just followed leagues of competitive play.
I think I'll tune in for next year. For next year,
I mean, Overwatch League has had 4 seasons so far.
Not bad. But like, I think I see what they're trying to do with getting the pros onto Overwatch 2, because it'll give some hype for Overwatch 2. But at some point, don't you think, because we're going to have 8, 10-ish months between when we get to see Overwatch 2 played at a pro level to when we get it in our hands, don't you think at some point during that time that excitement is going to turn into like
annoyment,
disdain, because the pros get it and we just have to sit here, play Overwatch 1 and watch them play it? Why don't we get the Overwatch 2
people
multiplayer?
People have already been complaining about how long it's going to take for us to get it. Which I think, take your time to make a finished game, but they announced it way too early. And they
announced it in, 2019, right?
Are you sure?
And
yeah,
they announced
it was November 2019.
It wasn't like a small teaser of like, hey, Overwatch 2, it's in the works.
No, they gave us a full animated thing.
And like a beta type thing of the
Yeah.
wave-based defense.
Yeah. And on top of all of that, they cut support for Overwatch 1, essentially. All we've gotten is a couple deathmatch maps since Echo. But who plays deathmatch? Most of the player base, I bet, doesn't.
Yeah, we
I
have
mean,
not gotten a legitimate update in Overwatch since competitive role queue was announced. That's it.
That's since 222, which that was a while ago.
Was that
That's
before or after? I think it was after.
and crossplay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess crossplay. But still, that's crossplay was
Even
5 months ago.
dang.
Crossplay was June 9th.
Yeah, that's the last thing
Echo
we've had.
was playable April 14th of 2020.
So we
Overwatch 2 was announced November 1st, 2019. It's over 2 years ago.
So we had to wait over a year from Echo to crossplay, and it's been so many months since that's 5 months since that's come out. We got one deathmatch map since crossplay.
Which
And
was a month ago.
right, and I looked around it. It looked okay,
Yeah, it
and I
looks like a
haven't touched it
Valorant
since.
map.
It really does.
The only thing we've really gotten on Overwatch 2 since their announcement was during the grand finals. You and I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole playoffs. He and I watched the whole finals. So we got
Enjoyed
to
the finals.
see the Bastion and Sombra reworks. We got to see the play tests. I
mean,
mean, that's all we've really gotten. And that was over a month ago.
don't get me wrong. That stuff's cool and all. I enjoyed seeing some of the rework details and stuff. But it's really a little amount of content for how long it's been in development and for how long we've waited for even a taste of what the next big game is going to be in Overwatch.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot of content for how long it is away from release.
Yeah.
Overwatch's first gameplay trailer was November 7th, 2014.
Overwatch 2, or just Overwatch.
It's just Overwatch.
It's taken, jeez. Overwatch has some interesting development.
That cinematic trailer of the Doomfist Gauntlet was over 7 years
That just makes me feel old.
You could
Let's
level a skyscraper.
ago. Now, the release date, May 24th, 2016.
Yeah, and that was over 5 years ago now.
The first event was August 2nd, 2016, and that was the first Summer Games event.
Wow. It's been so 4 summer events.
The first hero introduction was July 12th with Ana.
Man, Overwatch has been in development for such a long time, and then it just cut, and now we're waiting for Overwatch 2.
The first map added was August 16th with Eichenwald.
That was the first map added?
Yeah. Like, first DLC after launch map.
At this point, by the time Overwatch 2 comes out, I don't think I'm gonna be hyped or probably even remotely interested anymore.
Yeah.
Just go back to playing
sucks.
TF2.
No. Don't go back to TF2. Hey Zach, you've been quiet. You still fighting that chroma key?
No, I got it to work.
Why don't
Finally,
you,
and it looks
well,
so cool, actually.
why don't you tell us the battle with the chroma key
That was such a nice segue, my dude.
thing?
Um,
Tell me how your battle with the chroma key.
I have spent many weeks or maybe months on this project non-consecutively, and I have been stumped many times by the one foul demon known as Chroma Key. And it has
Y-
put such a damper on my editing parade.
What issues have you been having with Chroma Key? What's been causing these?
Sometimes when I go to green screen something out, one thing's green and one thing's, let's say, black. And you know what it does? I click on the green to get rid of the green, and it just gets rid of the black. Because why not? Not like they're two completely different colors or anything. It's fine. They're fine. Not like the picture I sent yesterday or the day before when one was green and one was black, and it just got rid of the whole thing. And okay, anyway, it's working now, mostly, sometimes, occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
So
You've been having some problems.
the whole time of setting up this podcast, Zach is over there dying to get this chroma key to work. And we're laughing because he's struggling so much and getting so upset with the chroma key. So for about a solid 15 minutes with no help from you, and we can't focus on setting this up. And Ewan's just gone.
Yes, yes, he is.
I swear, Ewan. Why are you like
But
this?
now I got it to work, so I'm happy. And now I need to find more clips to chroma key and probably go through the same pain. Sparkles.
I don't find King to be super hard, to be honest.
The only thing I find not really hard, but just time consuming is subtitling.
Just get good.
I find it to be super easy. I can get pretty much an entire, let's say, half a video, so 4 to 5 minutes done in 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh yeah, it's not hard, it's just time consuming.
Yeah.
Just get good.
Because
Just
you
copy
gotta
paste.
know what the clip is saying, then move the text box, type in text box, make sure it's the right color for the right person. Ewan is always the worst because I have to sit there for 5 minutes trying to understand what he's saying.
I can interpret. Send me the video, and I'll just say, "Hey, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this."
Yeah, but half the time it's probably racist.
Yeah, but I mean, then you know it's racist.
Yeah.
I have an
Yeah,
entire
no.
process for my video editing. I have a couple
People are-
tracks,
People are gonna
colors, or
hate me at school after they see what I've said. I'm definitely going to hell. I'm a good person.
those two sentences
Do not.
they don't
They-
mix.
They don't go together.
Your logic is not lining up.
So mate right here.
Hold up.
Man, I'm a good person. No.
I'm a good person, but
But
I'm
other.
highly
I'm certainly
racist.
going down.
Not up.
Most definitely not up.
This also took us so long to just even start recording.
What, the podcast?
Yes, because of you.
Ew. Joke about the Watergate scandal?
Okay.
Am I wrong in thinking that it being called the Watergate scandal implies that there's a Earth, Wind, and Fire Gate scandal? Okay, I'm not crazy. It makes sense.
You're right, it does.
This isn't.
Yep.
This is real life. This ain't Avatar.
What's the difference?
One of them's anime.
Oh, yeah, might be.
Yeah, it took ages to get this thing set up, and then we just started blabbering about random topics.
But it was
Yeah.
Wow.
it was actually good.
Yeah,
Here we are.
here we are
We got through
about
all of our topics.
an hour in.
We've got through all of our topics. What do we go to next?
Wait, what? We did?
I guess.
Yeah, we're through everything.
We tried out Apex Legends again recently.
Yeah, we
Wanna
can
talk about that?
Apex.
Still bad.
I remember liking the game when it first came out a bunch. And I went back to it. We went back to it recently. And I don't know. In the beginning, it seemed easier, probably because everybody was learning the mechanics and such. But now it just seems like every single person you meet can snap to you, mow you down in a matter of half a second. It's like all the tryhards are left. But I guess that's kind of what the battle royale genre kind of attracts hardcore players.
Yeah. I mean, we went back to Apex. It was fun for a couple matches. Then we realized
It's still Apex.
it's still Apex. Like Ewan's review on Steam says, negative review. It's Apex. I mean, you got banned for no reason as well.
Yeah. It wasn't like it was someone spam reported me. Like, that's inevitable. Like, it's gonna happen on every game. Like, people like abusing that system. But this one was literally a glitch that happened, and it just randomly banned me for no reason. I don't even use the chat in that game.
What was the
Yeah.
glitch that you got banned for?
Code Snake, I think it was called. And then just randomly happens. All you can do is appeal. Some people I got lucky and they responded to my appeal really quick and unbanned my account, but some people they just ignore it.
I mean, with the whole thing of, battle royales, they attract the hardcore players, they attract the try-hard players. Call of Duty Warzone still doesn't have an anti-cheat.
A Call of Duty
For
game
s-
doesn't have an anti-cheat.
No. It's been out for 2 years now? And it doesn't have an anti-cheat.
That seems like something that would have to be in every Call of Duty game. Specifically Call of Duty.
They are releasing an anti-cheat. Looks like when Vanguard fully comes out.
Which is when?
Oh, not when Vanguard releases. This is Ricochet Anti-Cheat, a new anti-cheat system arriving on day one of Warzone's Pacific update later this year. But what's the Pacific update? What's here? Pacific update. What is so updates? Oh, so Vanguard.
Vanguard.
December 8th. And when did Warzone release? Warzone released March 10th of 2020.
So it's been over a year and a Call of Duty game still doesn't have an anti-cheat.
Still doesn't have an anti-cheat. So
That's
it was a big like it. I think it still is a big streamer and YouTuber heavy game. Like, that's what most people play. But it's basically just the new Fortnite when you think of it. And we went back to Fortnite for a bit. I still think it's not terrible. I'll say that. Like, sure, people are annoying. The community kind of ruined the game. But if you can just take it, have some fun with friends, mess around, don't take it seriously. We don't take it seriously. But we went on, what, 10-game win streak maybe?
yeah, around
Not
that.
caring about what happened. Just ran around, had fun.
Yeah, that's the only reason I enjoyed playing Apex was because I was playing with you guys. Friends can make most games, even if it's like a bad game, fun because you're experiencing it with funny people generally.
Like Battlefield 2042.
I
Yeah,
will say though that arenas, in my opinion, is way better than the uh battle royale.
I
What's
haven't touched
arenas?
arenas.
It's basically CS:GO, but with Apex movement characters.
Ooh.
Um,
We
and
should.
the only goal is kill.
So it's deathmatch.
Oh, we gotta try that.
Yeah.
Pretty
That
fun.
actually might be a lot more fun than the Battle Royale. Because I feel like the Battle Royale, when it first came out, it was great. But now, people are just really good at it. So it's kind of hard to get back into it.
Yeah.
Because
Like
everybody's just gonna run you over, send you back
I,
to the lobby, you're gonna re-queue and die again.
I've like 25 hours on Apex, and like I guarantee you, like maybe 15 to 20 of them are on arenas. It's it's a step closer to Titanfall 2.
And
If you
that
like
is a good
Titanfall
step.
2, it's you'll enjoy it at least somewhat. You'll get sick of it after a while, like Battle Royale. It's not as balanced or good as like first person shooters,
Yeah.
like Overwatch and stuff. Like sometimes you still die to like really bullcrap ways, but
I mean, Titanfall 2 was great. I feel like they need to kind of fix their servers, though. That's for one. That's one thing. Because their servers right now are really bad, aren't they?
They were a couple weeks ago, but they deployed a hot patch to fix it.
Okay.
So the servers are much stabler now.
Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they fix it?
Supposedly, yeah.
I can play it again?
I haven't gone to test it yet because I haven't reinstalled it since I wiped. But yeah, supposedly the servers are completely fixed.
Should download it again and we'll play together.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll start that. Because Titanfall 2, in my humble opinion, is one of the best games I've ever played.
It is so good. The campaign, it was so amazing. It was like one of the only campaigns that I finished and then immediately wanted to play again.
I did play it again. I played it on the second hardest difficulty, and then I played it on the hardest, and then I played it again.
It's so good. It's and the even the multi I didn't play any of like the PvP game modes because they were pretty broken. But like the PvE one was alright. It was fine, but the movement felt good. The Titans felt good. And if it was PvP and with friends,
Yeah, Titanfall, it's a masterful game. Some people complain that the campaign is too short. I I would rather have a short campaign that I'd play twice, like a 4-hour one
Yeah.
that I play twice, than an 8-hour one that just feels boring and uninspired.
really
On the
short, is
topic,
it?
I mean, it
It's
was
like
kind of short, but
7 hours, right?
It's 4.
For a game. Really?
Yeah.
it's not like it was a bad campaign. It was a good campaign.
It was
No, I
so
mean,
good. The time
every
travel.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Every level
so good.
introduced something new that didn't feel out of place. Every new mechanic that they added felt perfect.
It's just a great game.
And like on the topic of games with good campaigns, Modern Warfare 2019 had an amazing campaign.
I've not played it yet.
Oh, it's such a good campaign. I've played it 3 times.
I want to play it, but I also don't want to spend $60 just for the campaign.
That makes sense. I mean, I got Titanfall for $7.
I
'Cause
think I got
it
it for like 3.
Yeah, I got it on a big
Game
sale.
Pass. The first time I played it on PlayStation, and I got it through PS Plus, and then second time I played it through Game Pass.
And like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 one, I think I got that one for $10. And I've played the campaign like 3 times. It's like a 4 to 6 hour campaign. But Cold War, I think it's a bad rap. The campaign was so good.
Yeah, the campaign was really good.
Do I think the multiplayer was good? Not really. Have I still put 20 plus hours into it? Absolutely.
The multiplayer wasn't bad. It was just fine.
Yeah.
It
Now the Cold War campaign was like 5 to 7 hours long, I think. And there was multiple endings.
Yeah. It was funny because they spent how many years working on Modern Warfare?
We talked about that. I think it was like 2 years on Modern Warfare, maybe more.
How
And
many
then
years did they work on Black Ops?
they worked on Cold War for 8 months.
They're like, all right, fuck it. What if we hits the fattest line of coke? Made one of the best first-person shooter campaigns in 8 months.
Do it.
And they pulled it off?
But we'll make the multiplayer bad.
Yeah, it was 2 years to make Modern Warfare 2019, 8 months to make Cold War. But both campaigns were amazing. Zombies on Cold War wasn't terrible. I feel like it could have been better. It didn't feel like zombies that much.
It was
still
different,
good.
and it was different, and I appreciated that it was different.
I liked that it was different. It was different in a good way, not different in a bad way. Because I know most people didn't like that it was different. They're like, I want classic zombies. Well,
They
time
tried
for a change.
The biggest thing is that they tried, and then they also had regular maps. Whether or not people like those maps is up for debate to some people. Personally, I like the Firebase, whatever it's called. I enjoyed that map. Thought it was good. But
now,
they put effort into changing it.
It took them 3 years on the primary developer of COD Vanguard. And then Sledgehammer took it over in 2020. So it took them about 5 years?
There is no way. There is absolutely
and it's this bad.
It's just World War II copy and pasted.
Yeah.
But worse somehow.
Like, World War II, it was okay. Vanguard has 2.3 stars on Google.
And, like, it's not just, like, people who hate Call of Duty because it's gone on for so long and want to hate popular things hate it. And it's just another Call of Duty game. It's legitimately bad because hardcore Call of Duty fans are like, this game sucks.
It's awful.
They need to stop making Call of Duty games every year. I appreciate the campaigns, but like every year, they can be fun, but it's not working anymore.
Let's see, PC Gamer gave it a 60. Keep in mind, this is a $60 game. This thing is going to go on sale for like $20 at Black Friday.
Which that is coming up. Do you guys have any plans for Black Friday?
I'm
buy everything.
on
Anything?
Friday.
Any deals you're looking for?
I'm
Everything.
broke, so
So am
Was I
I. That's why I
talking to
need
you
deals.
guys? Was I talking to you guys about buying my dad Overwatch?
yeah.
Yeah,
Because he watched
gotta
you
beat him at
playing
something.
Tetris, and he said I could probably beat you at your own games. So you play with your friends.
Could not. I
Now,
would.
all right. So the original Call of Duty, right? The first Call of Duty, IGN gives it a 9.3. Call of Duty United Offensive, 8.4. Call of Duty Finest Hour, a 7. Call of Duty 2, a 9. Call of Duty 2 on the PC is 8.5. Call of Duty Big Red One, 8. Call of Duty 3, 8.8. Call of Duty 3 on the PS3, 7.8. On the Wii, a 7.7. Call of Duty Roads to Victory, 6.6. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, 9.4. World at War, 9.2. Final Fronts, 4.5. Modern Warfare 2 got a 9.5.
They put Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii?
Yeah.
Yo, I know what I'm getting.
Call of Duty Black Ops got an 8.5.
It's on the DS too?
Yes. Modern Warfare 3 got a 9.
It's on
Black Ops 2 got a 9.3. Let's see. Ghost got an 8.8. Advanced Warfare got a 9.1. Black Ops 3 got a 9.2. Modern Warfare Remastered got an 8.5. Infinite Warfare got a 7.7. World War II got an 8.0. And then you go to Black Ops 4, 8.5 for zombies, a 9 for Blackout. The multiplayer got a 7.8. So overall got an 8.5. COD Mobile 7.7. The campaign alone for 2019 Modern Warfare got an 8.2. The whole game itself got an 8. Warzone has a 7. The Cold War campaign got a 7. Zombies got a 7. The multiplayer got a 6. And the Vanguard single player got a 7. The multiplayer got a 7. And its zombies got a 5. This game is bad.
Wow.
It is awful. Compare that to something like, oh, I don't know, Halo Infinite. Let's see its critic scores. Pretty good, actually.
What is it?
Horizon 5 got a 92. Dang.
Good game.
Oh, Infinite doesn't have a critic score because it's not released yet. Oh well. They're not going to release their critic scores until the full game is released. So they don't have one for the multiplayer. But
That makes
Horizon
sense.
5 getting a 92 is actually pretty good.
I mean, yeah, there's not much to dislike about the game.
No.
What it's aiming for, it does good.
Oh yeah. I think this has been generally a good year for games. Some of them you didn't really hear about, but I didn't know that they made a new Pokemon Snap game
I
for
didn't.
the Switch.
I haven't even kept up with Pokemon. I don't have any Nintendo things, so I can't play any of them.
I want to get the new Diamond and Pearl remakes
Oh,
because Diamond and Pearl are my favorite Pokemon games.
Pearl was my first ever Pokemon game.
Gen 4 and Gen 3 are just the best gens, let's be honest. But they remade it and put it on the Switch. On Metacritic has a 76 out of 100. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. Game Informer gave it an 8.5 out of 10. So perceived pretty well.
Yeah, good games.
Has a lot of positive reviews. They did good with it. They have a new Super Mario Party. They have a Mario Party game. I think it's Mario Party Superstars. Yeah. They took basically all the games from the N64 and GameCube and put them on the Switch. Like remade them.
That seems like a great thing to do. It gives Switch users a lot of games to play.
I think they have like over 100 games, like the mini games, because it's just all the GameCube and N64 games. I mean, sure, it's just $60 game, but all these maps as well.
The Nintendo Switch is something I definitely want to get in the future.
I think the Switch OLED is kind of stupid, to be honest.
Yeah,
I want one, but I'm fine with my normal Switch.
I don't care that much about colors and stuff.
It shouldn't be a $50 increase for a different screen.
Right.
But all in all, Nintendo's not doing too bad. I know they just added Sora to Smash from Kingdom Hearts.
Are they going to add Mickey Mouse?
I doubt it.
I
I
don't
know
think
they
they could
put
get
Among
licensing.
Us on Switch.
Of course they did.
You have to pay $5 for it.
$5.
I mean, you have to
That's-
pay $5 for the Steam version.
Yeah. The only free one is mobile.
Yeah. That Mario Golf Super Rush game actually looks like a lot of fun.
I think the $5 I spent on the uh no ads and being able to play on keyboard and mouse was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I have played on mobile and it is garbage.
Really?
Did you guys hear about this this new Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl?
Dude,
Oh
yeah.
The Smash knockoff?
it looks good though.
It
People
actually
like it.
looks good. I think it got nominated for Best Fighting Game.
I think that might have
Yeah,
been
it
the one I
did.
voted for.
I mean, I feel like it's the only one that's gonna win. That's the one I voted for. I feel like the only one that might be able to beat it is everybody being, oh, Demon Slayer fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
I
Me
did
watched
not vote for
anime
that.
during COVID. Me only watched Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. Guys, I know everything about anime.
Let's not get into insulting the anime watchers now.
Yeah, there's Ewan's here.
Wait a minute here. I may have a Crunchyroll subscription, but at least I didn't name myself the server weeb and have an anime girl profile picture. Thank
You
you
know,
very
For
much.
the memes, okay?
It wasn't. You can't lie about it, Andrew. We know what you did.
you
It
know,
was for a meme, and it was a good meme.
Was it though?
I
Yeah,
thought
it
we were talking about
was.
Ian for a minute.
Ewan
Okay,
may be a
no.
good person, but he has a
Ian's-
Crunchyroll subscription.
Ian's account is still I don't even know how to pronounce that. Some character's dog with her as the profile picture, and he pays for Nitro
Yeah.
and has the background banner and an animated picture of her, and his
And-
bio is woof woof.
You
Mm-hmm.
gotta admit though, at least he's persistent.
He's dedicated to his craft. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Dedication
No,
is
it's-
dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you dedicated to?
Money.
Nothing.
Working
My
at
allegiance is where the
AutoZone?
money is.
Works with cars all day.
I don't even work with cars.
You just
I work
sit at
with
a
car
desk.
parts.
What do you even do?
I stand at a desk And
Wow.
if somebody comes in, I say, "Hi, welcome," and then I check them out, or I take phone calls, or I tell the customers what they need.
Can I call you?
If you call my AutoZone, I may be the one to pick up, or you can just ask for me when I'm there. Yes.
I'm gonna do that now. 100% that's gonna happen.
I'm sure it is. Zach already said he was gonna come down.
Oh, I'm gonna come down now. Now I know exactly which one you're at.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Andrew, we want to coordinate this.
I need to go take my car to it. I actually don't, but
If you need any parts, I can find them.
I still want to swap a 2JZ Super engine into my car.
AutoZone doesn't sell engines.
No, that's
Not
unfortunate.
my problem.
I'll tell
Now
you guys,
see,
racing, like detachable racing wheels aren't legal on street cars.
This is so sad.
you mean a
Really?
quick release steering wheel?
Yeah, those ones,
Why is that?
because they don't have airbags.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, are cars without airbags illegal?
Yes.
In America.
Oh crap!
Do
Well,
you not
okay.
have airbags, Zach?
I have airbags.
There are exceptions if the vehicle is made before a certain year because they weren't made with airbags. It's the same thing
Oh.
as with like side mirrors and stuff. Older vehicles had different regulations. Like you only had to have one side mirror like a while ago. So cars
Yeah.
with one side mirror can still be legal as long as they
Okay.
are before that year.
No, let's save this for the car podcast.
Yeah.
That's good
I
to know.
think
Oh,
I think we've run the course for this one.
I think
Yeah.
we've hit a good amount of points.
Well, we've touched on a good amount of points today, but it seems as if the conversation has gone flat. Goodbye, everyone.